Hi everybody. In this experiment, we will talk about percent yield. As you see the sign here, percent yield. Whenever we do an experiment, it's a calculated values. You have hydrogen and oxygen reacted together to yield water. So when I am adding this amount of oxygen and hydrogen, I'm expecting to get certain amount of water. If I get what I expect to get, what I have here, 4 grams here, 16, 32 grams here. So I'm supposed to get 36 grams here because according to law of conservation of mass, mass can neither be created nor destroyed. So if it is 36 grams, if I add the two together, if it is 36 grams in the reactants, it should be 36 grams in the products. That's called law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, but on the other hand, so I'm expecting this. So whatever I'm expecting to calculate or to get or produce is called theoretical yield. Like on paper, this is what I expect um, to produce. But when you actually do the experiment in the lab, many things can go wrong. There can be many errors. So not necessarily you will get 36 grams. Maybe when you do the lab, you actually get 34.2 grams. Okay, so experimentally you got less than what you were expecting to expecting to get. So this is the concept here. The experimental yield is the amount a student produces by doing a lab. So when you actually do the experiment, so if you take hydrogen and oxygen in the class and you produce water, and instead of getting 36 grams you got 34.2 grams. So this is the experimental yield. Theoretical yield is the amount that should be produced according to the calculation. So according to the calculation, you should be able to produce, according to the calculation, you should be able to produce how much? 36 grams. So that is theoretical yield. A student value or the experimental value, which is done in the lab, is experimental. This is theoretical. So what is percent yield then? The percent yield is that, of course, I have an error here. I was supposed to get 36, I got 34, so there is an error. So the percent yield will measure how well a reaction made a product. So to calculate the percent yield, I will do experimental yield divided by theoretical yield times 100. So right now in the example I'm giving you, the experimental yield is 34.2 grams. The theoretical yield is 36 grams. Multiplied it by 100, that is your percent. So your answer will be in percent. It's not grams or moles. The unit for the answer will be percent. So whatever you get out of this will be the percent answer. So this is percent yield and theoretical yield. You need to do all the questions that are for practice problems for percent yield and accuracy and procedure. So here is the question for percent yield. Example, if you calculate that you should obtain 125 grams, so you should obtain. So what you should is theoretical, okay? And actually you get only 92.5%, 92.5 grams, okay? Calculate the percent yield. So what is the experimental yield? Can anyone tell? The experimental yield is 92.5 grams. The theoretical yield is 125.0 grams. So to calculate the percent yield, I will do experimental divided by theoretical times 100. You see here, here was the formula, experimental divided by theoretical times 100. So experimental is 92.5 divided by theoretical times 100. Okay, and that is your answer. It is right here. You should have it in correct number of significant digits. All right. Yeah, I got it right. I don't know why I was thinking I'm doing it wrong. So you should have it in correct number of significant digits and 74.0%. And you see that the answer should be in percent. All right, everybody, thank you very much. So let's talk about percent error now. Percent yield and percent error. Percent error is the measure of how far you are in your answer. So it is pretty much the same concept that you're supposed to get 36 grams, but you got 34.2 grams, so there is an error. So a measure of how far your answer is from the correct amount. So to calculate the percent error, we will take theoretical yield minus experimental yield divided by the theoretical yield times 100. So this is the previous example I was talking about. The theoretical yield was 36 grams. The experimental yield was 34 grams. So if I am calculating percent error, I will do theoretical minus experimental divided by theoretical times 100. So theoretical is what, 36 minus 34.2 divided by 36 times 100. So this is percent error. Once again, what was percent yield? The experimental divided by theoretical, okay, times 100. So it was 34.2 divided by 36 times 100. So these are two different things, percent error and percent yield. So theoretical percent error is theoretical minus experimental divided by theoretical times 100. All right, thank you.